Hello and welcome to Frank's School. You may hear a conversation upstairs, the phone just rang. Anyway, on we go, 101st day. Now, in the last video, I was getting kind of personal about a trip I had 42 years ago, and I gave some names. Well, I about went off the deep end this morning going on Google Earth trying to recreate that. I had said I'm trying to find a town that I stayed in. Well, my best guess at the moment is that it was called Loreda in Portugal. It's on the Monte River. That's just a guess. I mean, looking on Google Earth, going upstream and trying to see, well, what spot looks sort of like I remember. And if anybody wanted actually to try to see what I'm struggling with, to figure out how where I went from that town, Extrema maybe I went through that. Las Cedas, maybe I went through that. But I'm quite sure that Bucaco was where I finally came back sort of into civilization, and then my memory goes blank. I think that's because I was just on normal roads not long after that. There is a place called the Forest of Bucaco, or the Mata de Bucaco. Mata is the Portuguese word for woods, and that is, I think, the estate or the park that I said I after coming down off a mountain I saw it was there, and I was torn because I wanted to go in there, but I didn't have time and had to make it back to Lisbon. Anyway, basically I think you could say I was lost driving a car. I was lost, and I was on what we call goat trails, tiny little roads. I was lost, and then finally got myself found again. In the process of doing that, why I'm still taking more time with this is because in the process of trying to figure that out, which I'm not sure now if I'll be able to figure it out, I looked at that area a lot on Google Earth, and what I saw by the way the fields were laid out, little fields, curvy little fields, it looked like the same kind of thing that I had seen in Minho. So now my mind is, well, I think I'm going to go back up into those goat trails a little bit, if I can, if I dare. Tourists don't go there, I don't think, usually. Because I want to study what those farms look like. I'll have more to say about this. I'm on a personal quest, in a way, to find out where did I come up with some of the thoughts I have about what little farms can be. But in any case, I've researched a little bit this Forest of Bucaco, and I've about made my mind up that that's going to be one of the spots I'm stopping there. I want to see that place, because when I read the description of it, it's now a national park. It sounds like the very kind of place I want to see. So now I'll update you on that if I find out more. But all right, now the next thing I want to talk about, though, is Bom Jesus do Monte, and that, if you will look on Wikipedia, you'll find a description of that. This is famous. This is going to be very easy to find. It is a huge, what's called Baroque stairway, carved into a mountainside, and at the top there's a strong supply of water. Enough so that there's fountains coming down, and these Baroque stairways, they usually go like that as they go up, and it'd be very easy to see this if you have any interest. If you just go to Wikipedia or even Google or Google Images and type that in, you'll see that. I want to see it in person, partly because I've seen other things like that. It fascinates me in a way. In Sacré-Cœur or Montmartre in Paris, they have that same similar Baroque stairway kind of thing. I went to a place in Italy called Biella, which I guess Biella doesn't really doesn't really do that, but it's similar. In so many places, a high spot becomes a sacred spot, and there'll be a sanctuary put there of some kind. There are many places like that, especially in the Mediterranean world. And you know, with the idea with the stairs going up, you make a pilgrimage, and people were even encouraged to climb those stairs on their knees as penance for their sins. I don't intend to do that, but I do want to climb the stairs. And look at that. And there is a strong water supply up there. That's the perfect combination for the kind of thing that I think I'll see there. And that water supply is strong enough that there is a water balance funicular that can take people up and down who can't do the stairs. I can't remember if I spoke about this earlier or not, but this car would fill with enough water that it was heavy enough that it would pull the other car up, and then this would fill with water and it would pull this car up. I want to see actually how that is set up. I want to see as close to that as I can, and what kind of a water supply there is there. So that's a pretty major goal of mine on this trip, and I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to go there. Now, Monday, I think today is Saturday, and Monday I think I'm going to take you, viewers, on a field trip. I'm going to go up on the mountain back here, and if it's not windy, if it's windy I might not. I'm going to take that camera that I'm using now, and I want to film a place up there, because up there at a mine face where they mined iron ore, you'll see in the next video, there is that perfect combination of a very steep, almost a cliff, with a strong water supply at the top and the building stone available. I mean, it's almost like a Bom Jesus de Monte ready to happen. It's, you know, that you couldn't just put one of those any place you wanted to. You've got to find the perfect ingredients for that. And I think they're up there. And I want to do that also as a way of getting on record some of the things I know about this land and the archaeology, what was once here 150 years ago. I'll show you some of the record. So that'll be the next video, and I'm still talking about this trip to Portugal. Next week, class vocabulary, I think I'm going to put that off another week, because I think I'm going to have probably another week's worth of talking about this upcoming trip and some other things too, before I then turn my attention to that. So I hope to see you for our field trip. I think that's gonna, what I might do that day is I might start in here, just say, okay, here comes the field trip, and then I'll go up, and as the second video that day I'll show you what's up there. All right, see you next time.